Do you know Henry Cavill's dog name is Cal?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I did know that.
That's cool.
And he's not even Superman anymore, supposedly.
No. Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah.
I liked Henry Cavill.
I like him too. He looks like he could eat me.
Yeah. And like I said, I just watched Mission Impossible Fallout, and he's great in that as a bad guy. He's so good. What was it? There was something, I don't know. He shits on, like, he keeps shitting on Ethan the whole time, and it's just great.
Yeah.
Or he keeps introducing himself, and everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't care.
know he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know he's going to be the bad guy.
Actually, that was it. I was watching it again, and you know the moment where they're going in the helicopters?
Yeah.
And Ethan is above them, and he has the rock payload. And
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, catch this, and he drops it, and then the helicopter pulls up beside him, and he just goes, prick.
Yeah, it's a great line.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It. Yeah. So
such a good movie.
Oh, it's so good. It's worth another watch. You should watch it again.
Oh, I have it. I bought it.
I know, yeah.
4K.
Yeah, you need to watch it.
No, I will.
Rogue Nation I need to see again. I've only seen it
That's
once.
great. I've that on Blu-ray. You can take that with you if you want.
I might.
It's
I
really
might
good.
take that after I do the intro to this podcast.
Yes.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Connor, and that is Ian, and welcome to a very special episode of Straight to Series.
Is it special?
No.
Oh.
No. It's episode
14.
14, yeah. Soon, I realized...
To be 15.
soon to be 15, and we are going to have more episodes than active viewers.
No.
No. I need to look at our
Endorse
numbers.
your own product, man.
Sorry, I need to look at our numbers again. Like and subscribe, everyone. Like and subscribe. But yeah, welcome to the episode. There's lots to get through.
Yes.
Shows have ended, franchises have begun, and franchises have continued.
I've no idea what you're talking about. All of those.
Well, Game of Thrones has ended, and we're going to talk about that. Detective Pikachu is beginning a franchise.
It is actually, and
John Wick has sustained a franchise and kept going. See, it makes sense.
Okay,
I'm looking at the first three notes here, and I managed to make a through line through them all. But yeah, so on this episode, we're going to do some reviews, checking on the box office and the news, the usual stuff. The usual stuff. But for what movie do you want to talk about first?
Detective Pikachu, since we've both seen it.
Yes, yeah.
And we've been doing so much Game of Thrones lately.
Yeah, it's true. We're gonna save.
And I'm not talking to Game of Thrones.
No. We'll save that for the end, because it's probably going to be pretty heated. Not for the end of the podcast, but for the end of the review bit. Anyway.
So, Detective Pikachu, what do you think?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was better than it ought to be.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Do
you want to start your timer as well?
Oh, I should start.
Yeah, it's okay.
I always forget.
Yeah, but anyway, Detective Pikachu is better than it had any right to be. In saying that, though, it's not. It's
not great.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good, but it's not great.
Really? Would you say really good? I would say good. That's the best I could do.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the first. Are we going to spoil Detective Pikachu here?
No, I really don't think we should.
Okay. Yeah, so it is a noir movie, so there is a mystery through it, so we probably can't spoil the whole thing.
Yeah.
But the beginning of it is like really good, I would say.
I thought the beginning was great.
Yeah.
Like as I said to you earlier on, like where it loses its way is the fact that it costs 150 million to make. And it so did not need those massive scenes towards the end.
It's actually all the huge CGI spectacle scenes are probably the worst of it.
Yes, and it's the worst parts of the plot nearly as well. You know, isn't it weird though that some Pokemon they look so much better because they're easier to do. Yeah, like Pikachu looks great, but then Mewtwo, the texture of its skin is so weird strange, that it looks kind of animated.
Yeah,
and cartoony.
I think they hit a good balance though, where it was like they didn't try and make them too realistic. Like they made them look like the Pokemon, and then they kind of went into the uncanny valley thing where they look so weird that, you know, maybe they do exist in this universe. Yeah. Like they didn't try and make them look like real animals. Yeah,
real people that look strange. Even though Pikachu is pretty close.
Pikachu's pretty close. Pikachu looks great.
Yeah.
And every time like Pikachu is sad or anything, like you feel Detective Pikachu should have been the main character of the story.
Yeah, you were saying that. You hate, though.
I don't like the main guy.
Justice Smith.
Justice Smith is terrible in it. He's so bland.
I was just... When I was watching the movie, I was thinking it'd be so great if Andy Serkis was Pikachu and he's actually sitting on Justice Smith's shoulder for half the movie.
It would be great if Andy Serkis could come in for the sequel and do all the...
And play, like, the main Pokemon villain or some shit like that.
Charizard or something. Do the mocap for all the... It'd be awesome. But... the Pokemon are the best part. Like, especially when they're in the city, I was kind of looking in the background to see what the Pokemon were doing. You know,
I don't know Pokemon enough. Like, I don't know the mythology enough. I played the red one, like the Charmander one,
obviously,
or Charizard or
Charmander,
Charmeleon. Is that the three
Charmeleon, Charizard? That's Pokemon Red.
That's one I played. Which one did you play?
Oh, I played a few.
Did you play like the Gold and Silver? Because I never touched them.
No, I played. God, I couldn't even name them. I've played the older ones. I had an emulator on my phone for a while.
Cool.
And then I've played more recent ones. Like, my youngest brother loves Pokemon, so he has all the Pokemon cards and stuff in his house.
Would you recognize?
I recognize a lot of them.
All of them.
I recognize every Pokemon. I couldn't name all of them.
Okay.
I could probably name like the first few generation ones and maybe some of the newer ones.
I could not name them, but I could recognize more than I thought I would recognize because I haven't looked at that. I haven't dipped my toe in that franchise for around 15 years.
They do a good job of kind of picking the most recognizable ones, like the people on the street would know.
Bulbasaur, is that the name?
Yeah,
that was the blue Pokemon Blue, yeah?
Yes, I think so.
Wasn't there I'm pretty sure when I was younger,
Red and Blue were the first two.
And Yellow, Pikachu.
And Yellow was the Pikachu one, because that was your starting Pokemon.
Yeah. Wasn't that the tree?
It was Red, Blue, and Yellow were the first iteration. Yes.
Because my friend that I watched it with was Yellow.
Oh,
so
really?
he really enjoyed just seeing Pikachu on screen. Like,
but Ryan Reynolds is great throughout the whole movie.
He owns that character.
He does
so much.
He's so good. Apparently, he got to improv like all of his lines.
Well, it feels like you're watching Deadpool as Pikachu.
Yeah,
you're watching Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool as Pikachu.
Yeah, he's definitely just having fun with it. They pretty much gave him free reign to do whatever he wants.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, he's the best part. Like I said,
I feel like he had to reel in the language and the dirty jokes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. He snuck a few in there though.
Yeah, there was a few little innuendos of nods to the adults in the screen.
Absolutely. But I was saying to you that if they tried and make a movie that was just a good movie instead of trying to make a good kids movie, they actually could have made like a really, really good movie.
Most definitely. And also, there was no kids in the cinema when I went to see it.
Oh,
no,
really?
There was two. There was two little brats.
Oh, I see.
Once or twice, we're like, shut up. We're in the cinema.
Yeah. I saw it with my youngest brother, so he was sitting next to me and I kept looking at him and he was like, he loved all of it. Yeah. And then it was a pretty much empty cinema and then we sat like close to the front because he didn't have his glasses, so he wanted to see. And then a family came in and they sat directly in front of us.
Really?
Yeah, the whole cinema's empty and they sat directly in front of us. So I was letting out loud sighs behind them and everything. And then the little girl and the little boy were like telling their parents what was happening the whole time and talking to them.
I fucking hate that.
But they loved it, in fairness. They did love him. You know, I'm not going to complain about the atmosphere at a fucking Detective Pikachu movie, you know?
I know, it's just that I've gone to see kids movies and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Is there's kids at kids movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever been beside a kid that likes to climb up and down the chair?
Yeah.
And then they'll stand up at the other chair and then they go back and
that's terrible.
Like, you're kind of like, the kid's into it or he's just into climbing or whatever. But after a while, I can't stop looking at the kid doing it.
If the kid's into it should just be sit there like.
Yeah, I have seen a kid though stand up and hold the back of the seat in front of him, and he just watched a movie and like he was like 20 minutes like that. And he was so into it, and I actually loved it.
Yeah,
I loved that he was so into it. I can't remember what movie it was. I think it was this year.
Really? What other movie?
Hellboy. It was Hellboy.
It was Hellboy.
Of course, it wasn't Hellboy.
That's gonna be
an R-rated comic book movie.
It's gonna be every child at Sonic. Definitely.
Oh,
they're all gonna be.
Is Sonic big now?
No, Sonic's never big. I don't know.
Well, Sonic was big with Sega.
I won't say Sonic's never big, but over the last 19 years, I will say, he has been at a consistent level in which everyone knows who Sonic is, but no Sonic games are popular now. Like, they don't play them anymore.
Yeah, like I wouldn't have a clue.
They don't release them. I know he has a TV show called Sonic.
Really? Still has his TV show?
He has a TV show out now, and it's pretty popular. My brother watches it. So, but I remember all the Sonic characters from when I was younger. And then
I only remember Tails and Dr. Robotnik. What about the chicken and that little green thing that rolls around?
Oh,
do you know them?
No, I don't. No,
they were Dr. Robotnik's henchmen years ago. The original.
Was this in the original cartoon where Sonic talk like this?
Yeah. He's always getting chili dogs.
Yeah. Sonic loves chili dogs.
Yeah.
But that got pushed back 4 months actually, didn't it? Because so they can redo all the...
Yeah, so we've talked about Sonic many times on this show. So originally the trailer came out and it was terrible.
Terrible trailer.
Everyone went crazy over how bad he looked. And also, what was the song in it? Gangster's Paradise. No one else mentioned that but me, but fuck's sake, like, why is that in a Sonic movie? I just can't understand why that was in the trailer.
They wanted cool people to come.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and see Sonic.
They wanted gangsters, like real...
Yeah, exactly.
Real,
but arguably, if you were cool, you were already going to see the Sonic movie.
There you go.
So
they
didn't even have to try and get them in.
People hated the trailer.
Yep.
Went crazy. Internet went crazy. So then the director came out and said, right, we're not doing it anymore. We're going to rejig the whole thing. And they never changed the date. Now they've officially pushed it back 4 months because...
So they can make it up to Detective Pikachu standards in terms of the visuals.
But this is good news because they're probably going to properly revamp it rather than just kind of, you know...
Yeah, but it's still a bad movie. I guarantee.
Oh, well, I'm sure. Yeah, it'll look better, but it'll be a bad movie.
I 100% can guarantee you that the CGI is not the problem with that movie. The problem with that movie is the script, the writing, all of it. Everything about that movie. It's a movie that is paint by numbers. It's made by someone who does not care about the property at all.
No, not at all.
Detective Pikachu clearly had a few people on it who were like really cared about the property and wanted to make something good.
You could tell.
But the corporate overheads were like, we just need a semi-coherent plot to get you through this movie.
And what's so weird as well is like a Pokemon movie, a video game movie. Pokemon's like, it's not huge now the way it was, and like,
Pokemon's huge.
Is it still huge?
Oh yeah, Pokemon's still huge.
Really?
Kids love Pokemon.
Because I was shocked when I seen 150 million budget.
Oh,
I just couldn't believe it.
Well, Pokemon makes bank.
You know, it's PG as well. It's not G.
Yeah, I know.
So like, it's not fully made for kids either. It's in that weird area where like there's kind of death and peril in it, where you're like, that's not 100% for little kids either.
Yeah, but I kind of hoped if they'd leaned into that a little more.
Like, no, for me, I would hope they'd lean into it a little bit more, but it does shorten the market span in a way.
Yeah, but that's the thing, like, kids are always going to enjoy... You bring a kid to a Pokemon movie, they're going to see the Pokemon and go, oh, that's da-da-da, that's da-da-da. Yeah. You know...
That's the whole journey for them.
Yeah, but, like, if you made the plot a little more, like, nuanced and adult... You could have actually had more, like, an older viewing crowd coming to it, and you could have made a really good movie. That's what I was saying, you know. If the
thing is, that does kind of shorten that marketing span, you know, like, because kids probably won't really be invested in it, and they'll
be invested in it because there's Pokemon on screen. Guarantee you.
I don't know if it's...
I guarantee you. That's all the kid in front was talking about.
It's just him.
It was just that's this Pokemon. And
you know the
Bulbasaur
when it's really small? Yeah. Have you seen, there was like some thing on Twitter saying my mother went to see the Pokemon movie with me, and all she said is, I like the garlic Pokemon.
yeah, that's good. The woman, actually, the mother in front of me, when she saw the Pokemon, she was like, "Oh," at all of them.
Really?
So, yeah. So, like, it's I don't know. Like, you already have the kids there because it's Pokemon and it's cartoons, and the good guys are going to win in the end, so the kids are going to like it. But if you'd add a bit more nuance and sort of beef up the story, because there are a few points in the story where it's totally fine for an hour, and then it's sort of the story takes a huge dive.
Yeah. You can only so point. Long you can be invested in that kid's story as well.
Yeah, because he's such a terrible actor.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I didn't hate him as much as you did, but
didn't like him at all. I didn't like him in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Oh, I hated him in that.
Yeah. You went very. That was very Dublin right there.
I thought I went a bit more English.
No, maybe. It was certainly it was laddish. I would say it was laddish behavior there.
Him and the other one though in Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom.
The other one annoyed me as well.
So annoying. And they were just those two characters that I felt like they were there to annoy you. Like, you know those movies where they're just there and they're all the awkward scenes.
I was just wondering whether they can get Jake Johnson back. He was amazing.
He was brilliant.
He was amazing in the first one.
He was busy doing his lines for Spider-Man or Into the Spider-Verse.
Can I kiss you? No. I have a boyfriend. Oh, yeah. That's cool.
That's when he's like, I'll stay back.
Yeah.
I'll fix this.
Yeah.
And he's got all the retro t-shirts on. Mm-hmm. When I seen the retro t-shirt, I used to have the pencil case. It just brought me back to when I had the Jurassic Park pencil case. Like,
he was there for
I
the
had
fans.
the Jeep.
Oh,
I
really?
had the Jeep and the windscreen came off and had bite marks on it.
That's
really
awesome.
cool.
That's cool.
Like the original Jeep.
Yeah.
That Jeff Goldblum sitting in...
Must go faster. Yeah. I need to watch Jurassic Park again. I don't think I've...
So good. Also have that in Blu-ray behind you.
Oh. Behind me?
It's right behind you.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen that movie from start to finish.
Really?
Ever.
Jurassic Park?
No, never.
I bought it on Blu-ray because my girlfriend never seen it. Like, she'd just seen bits of it. I was like, you gotta watch this movie. And she loved it.
I've been taking the time, as I was telling you, I'm watching a lot of movies that... Because I've got Now TV and I got the movie part of it, so I'm trying to find movies that I'd never seen before. So I'm watching a lot of trash and I'm watching a lot of classics and everything.
I love doing that though. I did the same thing with Halloween. I never seen the original Halloween, and I seen that, and I seen what was that Kurt Russell horror? The Thing.
Yeah, sorry.
I seen that as well there only a while ago.
It's awesome.
I never seen that before.
It's so good.
That creature makes me want to puke. It's so horrible.
It makes my skin crawl every time.
It's so horrible.
Oh, it's terrible.
I've seen one or two others like that.
And now you see movies and the CGI like doesn't like. I'm not freaked out by a lot of CGI now.
No.
But watching The Thing when it's like tearing off faces, and then like when the head gets cut off and then it grows the arms and starts like
so
crawling
horrible.
away. Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That movie's really like has a lot of dark humor in it as well.
Well, the thing with like as you were saying, this bad CGI is it just takes you out of the moment.
Totally.
Because you're like fake. Yeah. Your mind just goes fake. Yeah. That's fake.
You're like, wait, what?
That's not scary. That's fake.
Yeah.
You're watching a cartoon now. That's a cartoon thing.
Well, that was the problem we had. Not to get too far ahead, but when we watched the Terminator Dark Fate, the new trailer with it, the entire time. Fate. It just doesn't look good. You know?
It's. I can't believe they put that in the first trailer.
Yeah.
The teaser trailer, they're like, let's put a fully CGI'd human being.
Yeah.
And it looks like The Matrix Reloaded.
It looks so bad.
The Agent Smith pylon.
Mm-hmm. A great scene in theory, and then you watch it and it's like, this is a fucking I think
also the scene,
am I playing this on my PlayStation or something?
Yeah, exactly. But it also is a scene where they could have done that with a green screen, and he's on some rotator thing.
Totally.
Like, have you ever seen I used to watch the bonus features for every movie I bought.
I watch it sometimes, yeah. Well, if you buy the movie, you
when
watch
I was a kid, though, I used to always watch it. When the first Spider-Man movie came out, and we had the first few with Tobey Maguire, you'd see them always on like he's on a green screen and he's on some rotating thing for when Doc Ock in the second movie's holding on to him.
Yeah.
So it's like a real person, and a CGI. Whenever it's blended, it looks way better.
Yes, absolutely. That's the way you should do it.
Fully CGI'd man. Even now, they still can't.
It's never a good idea.
Get it.
It doesn't work
unless they're blue, like Avatar.
Yeah, unless they're huge and blue. The other James Cameron franchise. For some reason, the only franchise he cares about is Avatar.
Clearly. They're almost as blue as Leonardo DiCaprio at the end of Titanic.
Almost.
He's like, could you just suck it in?
There's enough
so
room.
I can get on this door.
Come on, there's got to be room up
They're
there.
fucking French doors. Come on, let me in. No. It's my door.
Oh, I'm so glad you're going to sacrifice. Yeah, me too.
She's like, I'd let you on, but all this cake I'm after eating.
Oh my God,
I'm taking up so much of this door right
bloated. I should have eaten all that cake, but Leo saved me. But yeah, I saw the trailer and like all the live action bits are cool. Linda Hamilton looks awesome when she comes out.
Linda Hamilton looks awesome.
Like a badass.
I love it. She looks like she kicked the shit out of us right now.
Yeah, she does.
And I love it.
Like, I like the hypothesis for the Terminator. Like when he's an actual like Terminator or a liquid Terminator, he looks cool.
Yeah.
But it's all the CGI nonsense that goes on. It's just really bad.
So if anyone hasn't seen the trailer, the Terminator can split into two.
The Terminator's two. So the Terminator it's the R9, which people think is Revelations 9, which is a reference to the apocalypse again.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
it's all linked in, but it's the R9 Terminator. They moved away from the T, whatever.
Yeah. But you made the point of Terminator 1 and 2.
Yeah.
It's combined.
Yeah,
the,
so
the films Terminator 1 and Judgment Day.
Yeah. So it's a direct sequel to those movies.
Yes.
It ignores all the other ones.
Yeah.
So this is both Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator that has the skeleton or whatever, and it's the T-1000. Robert Patrick?
I think it is. I think it is.
Robert Patrick, it's his Terminator. So it has liquid metal skin and then a skeleton like the original Terminator, which is an awesome concept. It's so much better.
So they can separate. That's the whole thing. So the liquid guy can go off and fight while the skeleton version.
But it's so good because like you get it can do the knife hand things, but it can also change its face or whatever, and then it can split in two, so it can have one go off and do something. And it's a great concept, and it's way better than any other one where it was just slowly more advanced technology. Like it just.
But
not
CGI for him splitting looks great actually.
Yeah,
because that works. That kind of thing can work. Because I think they're pretty much just going from the version of, is it Diego Luna you're saying? Is his name?
Gabriel Luna.
Diego Luna is the guy from Rogue One.
Yeah.
Gabriel Luna is it's
Ghost
probably
Rider.
just Ghost Rider, and they're doing. Isn't he going to be Ghost Rider in his own show now as well?
Yeah, they're making a new show
for Hulu.
Yeah, for
which
Hulu.
Hopefully we get.
Hopefully
on Disney Plus, because we can't get Hulu, and Disney bought all of Hulu now.
Please.
Let's go to the next review before we get completely lost in the news.
But weren't you going to say something about Gabriel Luna there?
Oh yeah, I was saying that why I think the CGI works is because from what I gather, it looks like he's sitting in a truck. If you see the trailer, he's in a truck, and then there's no windscreen in the truck, and then his other half appears. The liquid half appears on the bonnet, the hood of the truck, and it looks like they just filmed Diego Luna and then filmed him again squatting down, and there's just CGI going from one to the other. But it's like a real person going to a real person with CGI in the middle for morphing.
Which is, again, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in, like I said, just watch Mission Impossible Fallout. When they do the Halo jump or whatever, that storm isn't actually happening.
Yes.
But it's really him jumping out of the plane. And it looks amazing.
And I'm sure Henry Cavill didn't do all those jumps.
No, he did.
All of them? Because I watched the special features.
Yeah.
I bought it. Haven't watched the movie yet, but I watched the special features of the Halo jump.
Yeah.
And I don't think he did. I think there was a lookalike for a lot of it.
Okay.
But Tom Cruise did a ton of jumps.
I know Tom Cruise obviously did all his stunts, and I know he pushed everyone to do all their stunts as well.
Yeah.
So Henry Cavill did a lot of his own stunts in this movie. I don't know about the Halo jump. I haven't watched the special features.
Sure. It's you'd imagine the insurance would just be pulling out their hair.
Yeah.
What are you going to do next time? What are you going to do next?
And you're going to bring Superman up with you? That's okay. You can bring Superman.
Warner Brothers is like, don't you fuck. They're like, you can damage his upper lip. That's about it.
That's about it. Yeah, we can lose this.
We can lose. Yeah. We can actually do his whole face.
Yeah,
they were so confident in their CGI ability.
We could stand to make money if you got rid of the top of his lip. But another thing when I was watching that though, it was even when he's running. There's movies feel like that to make something interesting, you have to add elements to it. So like when he's chasing after Henry Cavill in the scene, not to talk about this movie too much because we have
I love this movie.
Yeah, same. But when he's chasing after Henry Cavill, he's not being chased by people. There's no helicopter following him. He's just being directed by Benji, and he's chasing Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
And it's so captivating to watch.
So intense.
It's so intense and so it's just fun when he's running across the roof and everything.
Yeah, when he throws the seat through the window.
Yeah.
Me and my friend were just nudging each other. I always bring this up, but we always do it when we're watching a good movie like that. And we're just like, we've made these noises, and it's almost involuntary, where we're just like, whoa. When he threw the seat through the window, and then he's just the next shot is this massive spanning shot of him running, isn't it?
Yeah. No. He throws the seat through the window, and then he gets up on the edge, and he's like, and Benji's like, why are you stopping? He's like, I'm about to jump out a window. and you're like, oh fuck.
And isn't Benji like, jump? Or is that a different scene?
No, that's earlier, because Benji keeps messing up with the maps or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But when then he's dashing down that roof, that big, it's a big long.
It's like a bridge or whatever. Yeah, you see Henry Cavill.
Is that not like a really long kind of shot? No,
it is. It's a sweeping shot.
Because I'm just like,
it's so cool.
So cool. But you're not even seeing Henry Cavill in that shot. You're just seeing
but
Tom Cruise running with conviction.
But that's the thing. There's no like I just think a lot of movies could learn from the Mission Impossible movies, especially this scene in particular, because there's not element on top of element. He's not being chased by people. There's no like helicopter circling around him or whatever. He's just trying to catch up to Henry Cavill, and it's so dynamic and cool. And then when he's hanging on the elevator underneath him, Tom Cruise has a lot of these moments in it where in this movie especially, he starts running up and you don't know what he's going to do, and he immediately does the most badass thing.
Yeah.
He does it in the elevator where he runs in the room, doesn't even stop, and just immediately grabs onto it, and it's like, holy fuck.
But the thing is, you're constantly reminded of his mortality as well, because he messes up all the time. He gets hurt all the time.
He slips and everything.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it as well. So you're like, he's totally badass. I know he can do this, but will he do it?
Yeah.
So you're constantly watching going, I hope he doesn't fall right now. Because Ethan Hunt falls a lot of times, and he hurts himself a lot of times.
All the time.
And the scene where he shatters his ankle, where his toes kiss his shin.
Well, watching that jump, it's a great, so well shot and awesome.
He's so hard.
And then the jump and everything, it's so good. But I think a lot of movies could learn from the Mission Impossible thing. If I was to make a movie, I would hire Tom Cruise. I would tell him, like, if I was doing a superhero movie, I'd tell him, you don't even have to be in it, so you're not committed to this. I just want you to help work with the stunts.
Tell me what
and everything.
to do.
Yeah. Help with the stunt. I'd hire his like stunt coordinator.
When he's older, he should be like a stunt director, almost. You know, like that. Like he just talks to the actors and gets. I always think like Michael Bay's this kind of guy for script. You know, Michael Bay's like the master of CGI. He actually got a great mind for it. You know, do you ever see like where he's got like the arm, the CGI arm, and he's just like, fucking cry. There's a monster. There's a fucking metal monster.
Megatron is coming for you.
And there's some super hot model who's going, no. And then when you see the movie, you're like, it looks so great.
Yeah.
It's always a shit show of a movie.
Totally.
But can you remember the scene where the tire hits your man's face in one of them? And then when you watch, I'm nearly sure I've seen how it's done, and there's just some like, and it could be a real car even, and it's just slowly put over and like it goes into your man's face. But he's got a great mind for it. But like, get Wes Anderson to come in and go, right, we're going to make this kooky movie. This makes me sound like a cookie movie, but like a crazy goofy movie, but I'm going to write the script for it and it's going to be great.
Yeah. And
you're going to do all the CGI and just be like the best action movie ever.
That would be pretty awesome.
Like superhero director team up.
I don't know if Wes Anderson has the mind for an action movie. I don't think his mind works like that.
How about Edgar Wright after doing...
Edgar Wright, yeah.
what was the Baby Driver?
Baby Driver, yeah.
He's great mind for it.
Totally.
And he just started filming... Oh my God, we're going to all the news. I don't even have this written down, but he just started filming his brand new movie.
Oh, really?
Late Night in Soho. And I think it's on its third day of production.
What's it about? No idea.
Soho.
Okay.
At night, I don't know.
A zombie invasion or something. I don't know. Shaun of the Dead is on Netflix, actually. It keeps coming up in my recommended. Yeah.
Here, what we're talking about, though, really does circle back to what we're saying about Pokemon.
It does.
Less is more.
Less is more. Absolutely.
Just seeing the Pokemon was great. Seeing the underground battles, that was great. The ending didn't need to be a massive spectacle.
No, they
really
didn't. They don't need the spectacle at all. Like, you can do a lot with a little. Like Tom Cruise, to get back to it, he says when he works with a stunt team, a new team, he gives them homework. He's like, I want you to look at this and look at this, and we're going to talk about rhythm. And he's like, that's what it is. It's about rhythm and about holding people's attention. But he doesn't give them action movies. He gives them musicals.
Really?
He gives them like dance numbers from Singing in the Rain. And he's like, look at the movement, look at the fluidity, look at how they carry your attention the whole time. This is what you're trying to accomplish in an action scene, you know?
Yeah.
It's not about, two people hitting each other the hardest or whatever. It's about doing something interesting and holding your attention and fluidity.
And the action always works.
Always.
It always works. You're never looking at it going, oh, that looked a bit goofy.
It was the best part of the new Mummy movie. All the action.
The plane, wasn't that not his idea?
Yeah, it was. That's
the anti-gravity whole thing.
That's why he agreed to the movie. He was like, I'll do the movie if you let me do this plane scene.
And that's the best scene in the whole movie.
Totally.
And it's up on Netflix now.
Yeah.
Did you recently watch it?
I did recently watch it.
I haven't seen it since the cinema.
Yeah.
But there's 2 reasons why I'd watch it. Look, I have 2
wow.
4 reasons. Now there's 2 reasons why I watch it.
Yeah.
That scene in the plane with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
And the sexiest mummy ever.
Oh yeah. Who used to go out with I can't think of his name.
Eminem.
Irish guy. No. He's the Irish guy from...
Eminem not Irish?
No, he's not. He is, in fact, not Irish.
Marshall Mathers sounds so Irish.
It does, actually. No, he's Rob...
50 Cent.
No, stop it. Shut up.
Robert Sheen?
Umbrella Academy. Robert Sheen. Yeah, I told you. Yeah.
I got it. I knew it.
Yeah,
I
Robert
was so
Sheen.
close with 50 Cent.
I told you about this before.
Yeah, you did, and I totally forgot. What's her name?
I can't remember.
She's Blade Legs.
Yeah, she's Blade Legs in Kingsman. Sophia something, is it?
Vergara is not her name.
No,
Sophia, either way, Blade Legs. She's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
Super attractive.
And the girl from Peaky Blinders is in it as well.
She's
the
that's
love
her.
interest.
Yes, yeah. I've only watched like 2 episodes of Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, she's incredibly hot as well.
Oh
no, wait, it's not. Her name's Rita.
Sophia Boutella.
Sophia Boutella, yeah. Boutella.
That's her anyway.
Yeah.
In The Mummy.
The Mummy, yeah.
Yeah. That's the only reason I'd watch it. She is so hot.
Yeah, she is. Anyway, we should move on to our second review.
Speaking of action movies.
Speaking of action and fluidity, you saw John Wick 3. I have not seen it yet.
But you're probably going to see it. Surely you have to see it.
I will see it, yeah. I've seen the other 2 and I love them, so I will definitely see it.
I enjoyed it more than Pikachu, which I assumed I was going to anyway.
I figured you would as well.
Yeah. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
You said it was your least favorite
of the three. Now, in saying that, that's not me giving it a bad review.
No,
because I loved the first one. I loved the second one even more.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one for me is just behind the first one.
Okay.
The reason why is there's even more story, and it just gets even less plausible and a little goofier again, a little bit more nonsensical.
Yeah.
A little bit more style over substance.
Okay.
And maybe me saying that, you might recognize it even more so when you watch it. But at the same time, I think there's 3 things that I've saying to my friend after watching it that I was like, I've never seen that in a movie before. Like, that's
really?
how cool it is. First of all, which is in the trailer, the horseback scene through New York. It doesn't go on for long, probably because they can't have Keanu Reeves fucking riding a horse.
No.
Through New York.
There's pictures of Keanu Reeves walking the dog in New York, because obviously, he had the dog, but he took a break on set and he would walk the dog, and he'd be walking around in the full John Wick regalia.
I want that suit.
Yeah.
I'd love the gig in a suit like that.
Yeah, he's looks good in a suit.
He really does.
Yeah.
He owns that suit. He makes the suit.
He does, but there's a sequel in the works. There's going to be a 4th one
already. Yeah. So, spoiler alert, by the studio itself,
totally.
There's a 4th one.
Yeah, and it's going to make another shitload of money, but we'll talk about that when it gets to the box office. What are these other 2 things? Horseback scene?
Horseback scene is awesome. Yeah. It's so cool an event if you're like, I've never seen this in a movie. Mm-hmm. Second one is also in the trailer. Are they the katana swords you see in the trailer?
Yeah, katanas.
That's what they're called, aren't they? Katanas. Yeah. When he's on a motorbike and all the other guys just like take out their katanas.
Yeah.
That scene is awesome and so unique and different as well.
That's cool.
In that scene though, there's a fair bit of CGI because those films don't really use that much CGI, but it still is epic and awesome.
Well, the first film was just done by 2 former stunt coordinators. Like they had never directed.
They worked
before.
on The Matrix.
They worked in The Matrix, and they were stunt coordinators, and they were like,
and they knew Keanu Reeves very well. Obviously.
Yeah, and they were like, we can make a good movie, and now it's not done by the same people.
And
it's
one of the guys
them,
was Brad Pitt's stuntman.
Yeah, one of them was Brad Pitt's stuntman.
And he went on to direct Deadpool 2, and that's why Brad Pitt has a cameo in it.
Exactly. So now the third part
is the dogs, Halle Berry's dogs. Mm-hmm. They use dogs in the most unique way I've ever seen in any film ever.
Really?
Like, the dogs judo throw people. I know it makes no sense. When you see it, you're like, holy fuck, this is amazing.
That's cool.
The dogs are so good in it.
How's Halle Berry?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She's dime. She is as hot as the sun.
Is she coming back for a 4th one? Or is that a spoiler?
Well, I can't say.
Oh yeah, you can't say. Yeah.
But she is awesome in it. She kicks a shitload of ass.
That's cool.
You don't see it and go, oh, who's in it? And this is not really a spoiler, it's just fun. Is Bronn.
Oh really?
Bronn's in it, and he ain't cool. A good guy, and I love it. Of course he's not a good guy.
Of course he isn't. Yeah.
Bronn's in it from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But she's so hot, and you don't question her physicality, her skill set, you're just like, yeah, she could fuck you up.
Well, we were checking out her Instagram, and we were like, she's big into like her MMA and stuff, and she does a lot of training. Clearly,
there's pictures with her like with Brian Ortega at like UFC events and all that. Really cool.
So clearly, she's because
you thought it was her boyfriend. You're like, oh, he looks a bit young. I'm like, yeah. Oh no, I'm nearly sure you went, he doesn't look that dangerous, because we were kind of going, oh, I hope she's not with a guy that would fuck us up.
No,
no, was that not because the guy Brian Ortega has a very nice looking face, and you're like, oh well, he looks okay.
A bit soft,
and I'm like, it was something like that you said, and I was like, yeah, he's like one of the best fighters in the UFC. But you wouldn't see.
Well, then again, he would be prettier then if he's the best fighter. You know?
Well, actually, his last fight was he got muddied up.
A slobber knocker, as they say.
Oh, I want to show you a picture of him.
Okay.
Because he got so fucked up. Oh, no. But he was a good looking dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen his face look. It came up.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, he got pretty fucked up.
Oh, jeez.
It was pretty bad.
Damn.
And he is usually a good looking dude. But
fuck me. The other guy looks like he came out.
He came out on top, all right.
Yeah. Who won? The other guy.
Brian Ortega's face lost. No, the other guy, Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Max Holloway won. Look at his face. Yeah, it got stopped. It actually got stopped. They had to stop it. But there's pictures of him with Halle Berry. I met the guy who fucked him up in Ireland, which is really cool.
That's cool.
And then he became the UFC champ a few years later.
Awesome.
And Conor McGregor fucked the guy up who fucked him up.
Oh, wow. So... full circle? Is it? Is that a full circle?
John Wick?
John Wick, yeah. So would you see this movie? 2 questions. Would you see this movie? Should people go see this movie? I couldn't decide what question I want to ask. 2 questions. Should people go see this movie? And are you excited for the next one?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
It ends very interestingly as well. And Lawrence Fishburne is back. I'm sure everyone knows because he's in the trailer.
He's in the trailer.
But he is wackier again.
Oh, really?
Like, I feel like he's playing Samuel L. Jackson almost.
He seems to only take movies where he could be wacky. Remember him in Predators?
I was about to say that. I felt like that was Lawrence Fishburne playing Jim Carrey, playing a guy in Predators.
Playing someone in Predators.
So weird.
He was playing the guy from the original Predators who keeps shaving his head.
What was that? Yeah, we should do that. Yeah, we should do that. What was that? No, I don't like peanut butter. Like, he was so weird.
Did you know the guy in the original Predator? He's like shaving his head. It's in them trees. I see it. And he keeps shaving his head and he's going crazy.
He's shaving the sweat off his face almost.
He's shaving the sweat. And he's like, I see it in them trees. I know it's there. And then he's the one who like starts the whole fucking lead like gunfight in the trees and everything.
That's an intense actor.
Yeah,
that guy in the film. I've seen him in other things.
He's in Commando.
Is he?
I couldn't tell you anything else he's in. But the funny thing is, if I see him, I recognize him.
Yeah, most definitely. From that scene mainly.
Absolutely.
Like, as a child, I remember that.
Yeah. He's so nervous.
He's the only one who could see him until like Arnie eventually.
Well, Billy seemed to have some. He was the Native American guy.
Oh, he had that Native American
judo. There was some weird
juju. Going on.
Typical 80s, like implying that he had some connection.
I feel the land.
That's the laugh that he always.
I feel the land is telling me something.
Yeah, and then he stops, and he gets like decapitated, doesn't he, or something? He stops and he's like, "You go ahead."
Or is he the one who cuts his chest?
Yeah, he does.
And he walks into battle like he
cuts
goes
his chest and he goes in, and then I think he gets decapitated.
Either way, he didn't win that fight.
No, he didn't. Carl Weathers has his arm shot off. Remember that?
yeah, his big arm shot off.
Huge arm. Huge arm.
You could have picked that up and.
There's going to be a Predator special of Got Juiced at some stage.
Oh, most definitely. Where it's just be like juiced. We'll have to do a rating system of how juiced.
How juiced, yeah. Who's the most juiced? Spoiler alert. Probably Carl Weathers. Or Jesse the Body Ventura.
Or Arnold Schwarzenegger is coming out of his nostrils.
Oh, that might be true. I think he was just off his Mr. Universe win or something.
You know, my dad... He was so intimidated by that movie.
Oh, really?
Because I was watching it as a child, and I remember it starts with a bicep, does it not? Arnie's bicep comes in, and he's got the gun.
Yeah, that's one of it. But right at the beginning, he has that moment with Carl Weathers where they do the what's the matter, Dylan? CIA got you pushing too many pencils. And then they're like this. Yeah.
I'll say is my dad's so intimidated by that movie. I always remember, still vividly to this day, watching and going, whoa, his arms are huge. And I was talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger, and my dad's like, that's totally fake. A man's not like that. A man couldn't do that. He couldn't put in a toilet like I could put a toilet in. All this weird shit. I'm like, whoa, Dad. Chill, man.
Jealous.
Chill, man.
Jealousy is an ugly emotion.
It is.
There's great behind the set stories from that movie, but one of them is Arnold Schwarzenegger paid someone to
you've told me this before. It's brilliant.
Yeah, paid someone to tell Jesse Ventura that his biceps were only a certain size, that they were like, I can't remember the exact measurements, but he was telling them to during wardrobe, when you're putting on the costume for Jesse Ventura, to say, oh wow, your biceps are bigger than Arnie's. And so then when the guy
Arnie's so fucking weird.
He's great. I love it. But so then when Ventura heard this, he went straight up to Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was like, hey, I bet my biceps are bigger than you. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was like, we'll bet a bottle of champagne on it then. And they measured it, and Arnie's was like, way bigger than Jesse Ventura.
It's like a mountain and a hill.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Jesse Ventura had to like buy him like the most expensive champagne there and everything.
You just imagine his manhood shriveling up, falling off,
crushing. To hear someone be like, "Wow, yours are bigger than Arnold's." He must have been like, and they're all fucking like testosterone meatheads.
He grew a second dick. Yeah. There was so much testosterone in him.
Yeah, and
then he just.
And then
he lost
both of them. He lost both of them when
he went in with 2 dicks. He came out with 0.
0 dicks, yeah. And Arnie grew another 4.
And he ate those dicks full of protein. So you were asking me, should people go see it? And were you going to ask, would I see it again?
No, you answered them, but like, should people go see it? And are you excited for the next one? Yes and yes.
Yes and yes, yeah. Most definitely.
So, but something I guarantee that you aren't excited for, and this will probably be the main part of this episode that we talk about, the new Game of Thrones, because
it won't be the main part of the show.
Oh, will it not? Because you don't want to talk about it.
I broke up a Game of Thrones, actually. I broke up a game. We're not talking. We're actually not talking at the moment.
So I heard before I saw you, because we worked together.
Yeah.
People came up to me and they said, hey, have you spoken to Ian? And I said, no, why? He was like, he really didn't like the Game of Thrones finale. And I said, really? And he was like, no, he really didn't like it.
Really?
He really didn't like it. He was so... all day yesterday he was giving out about it, and I was like, what? I thought it was fine. He was like, well, wait till you meet him. And then you almost didn't speak to me when I told you I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I was just like, get out of my life.
Yeah, so
I can't speak to you right now.
I'm interested to hear your opinions. By the way, we're going to spoil Game of Thrones.
Yes, 100%. It's spoiled. It's way too far since it aired. Well, just we're talking over a week now.
Just watch it.
We're talking over a week to the most popular show in the world. I'm sure that finale broke further records.
Absolutely. So what was your big problem with it?
Bran flakes.
Oh, okay.
I hate Bran. I've hated him for a long time.
Okay.
And the minute they said, there's many things. Like we don't have a long enough podcast to talk about it, but that was the worst part of it.
Okay.
Bran, I just really dislike Bran. And why I thought, I was 100%, now I gave out about this before, where you have a theory and then it doesn't come to be and you're angry at the show.
Yeah.
I had like many theories of what could happen that would be cool or that I would enjoy.
Yeah.
And then I thought, Game of Thrones might Game of Thrones me as well, and it'd be something different. But in my head, I was like, it makes no sense for Bran, mainly because they don't show Bran enough for him to be the leader at the end. I thought if the show was going to go, this is the man that's going to be sitting on the game or wheeling next to the puddle that is the Iron Throne.
Well,
at the end.
That's what they said. Drogon melted the throne, so Bran would have a ramp to get up the steps.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
Drogon, he's such a sensitive dragon.
Sensitive dragon
when he's not killing innocent women and children.
Boy, yeah.
So I was convinced that it would never be Bran, because the show never really shows much of Bran. Like, it never gave me a reason to like Bran, or even like, I hate him because I don't know the character almost.
Okay.
Like he's literally, the hold the door moment was the last time I was invested in Bran's character.
Yeah.
And that was season 5, maybe, maybe somewhere at the start of season 6. And even in the last 2 seasons, we barely see Bran. So I'm like, surely he just, like, why would they give the throne to someone who's not in the TV series? And also, I haven't met a single person that likes Bran or his acting as Bran.
Oh yeah.
You know, like that actor. I know
Isaac Hempstead.
He's doing a Star Wars kind of thing where you know George Lucas is like less is more, but you're like there's less is less at times.
Yeah, totally.
Where you're like some emotion, please.
Well, that's the thing where like as the three-eyed raven, it's a pretty limited role where unless you're an older man and you can do a wise sort of thing.
Yes.
When you're his age, it doesn't come across. He's just sort of distant and it's not interesting.
But I understand what you're saying is in he doesn't have much to work with, and I still think a better actor, maybe better direction, maybe like that's what the creators, the showrunners wanted.
Maybe.
Either way, for me, that was always wrong. I mean, the last like 3 seasons, Bran was just, he was so hateable. And
hateable.
Hateable. I thought like he was so easily hateable. Like he was like he was just hateable. Like I mean, anybody I talk to, I've always been like, everyone's like, what was it? You're a good man, Tion. I don't know how many times I've heard people quote that, and it's hatred for that character, Bran. You know, like they don't like Bran.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I really just didn't like it.
Okay, so who would you have preferred then?
I don't need anyone, and honestly, like sure, Jon Snow would like. I would have preferred Daenerys being on the Iron Throne and being that crazy bitch, and I would have been like, they fucking Game of Thrones me, you motherfuckers. But and like kills Jon Snow, and I would have been like, whoa, you know, when it was Bran, even the scene where they give it to Bran, it starts with Grey Worm saying, no, the prisoner, this is a terrible accent, I don't know what his accent really is, but he's like, no, you cannot speak. 5 minutes later he's like, I'm telling you who the king's gonna be.
Yeah. Proceeds to decide the future of Westeros in 5 minutes.
Yes, and also he's not supposed to talk because he's a prisoner.
My favourite bit was when he said Bran, and then there was a pause, and Sansa went, "But his dick don't work though." His dick don't work though. Why he be king? His dick don't work. What?
Bran inside is crying.
Bran's just sitting there looking around, and Sansa's like, "But his dick don't work."
Yeah.
Why can he be king? His dick don't work.
Bran's a wolf that's crying somewhere.
Yeah. Bran's like he's warged into a honeybee and is just casually going around, but.
I came all this way. I wheeled all this way to be the king.
Why do you think I came here?
Yeah,
that's what he said.
Why do you think I wheeled all this way?
I didn't have that much of a problem with it. I thought the finale as a whole was just fine. I thought Peter Dinklage was acting circles around everyone. I thought he was brilliant the whole episode.
He's always brilliant, and
he hasn't been great this whole
his
a
character
good portion of the
hasn't been
season.
great.
His acting has been
really.
It hasn't been as interesting.
Get the fuck out of here. We're breaking up. Straight to Ian it's called now.
In episode 3, I would say his acting, and episode 1, his acting was a little. Episode 2 was good, the more character-driven moments. Yeah. Episode 5 was good with Jamie, and then this episode, it was really a showcase of just how good he is. It was him at his best. What about
episode? Is it 4 where he walks up to Cersei though? There's only 6 episodes in this season, Connor.
Yeah, I suppose.
You've named 5 of them. I'm nearly sure.
What? No, it was pretty good. It was pretty. Episode 1, he wasn't great in.
Okay, you said he wasn't great in. Okay.
Episode 3 wasn't great in. Him in the keep, I didn't enjoy any of that stuff. Him in the crypt.
Oh, in the crypt. Yes,
didn't enjoy any of that stuff.
But see, I thought that was character stuff. I actually thought him and Cersei were about to kill themselves when he picked up the knife.
Oh, him and Sansa.
Oh, Sansa. Sorry,
that would have been a good moment.
I will say. Sorry, no, you didn't.
No, go on.
Sansa's outcome was my favourite of the whole thing.
That was my least favourite outcome.
Wow, I thought she was always going to be like the queen or whatever, the king or queen of Winterfell. Well, like, that's what she wanted.
Well, all the Starks got what they wanted, really. Jon wanted to go back north, and he did.
Yeah,
Arya wanted to fucking be an adventurer and sail and not be...
Well, now she wants to be an adventurer. I never really understood that she wanted to be an adventurer.
Well, she didn't want to be a lady. That was always the thing.
I always thought she wanted to be a general. That's what I assumed. That's what I got from watching 8 seasons. I was like, she wants to be the general. I thought for a minute she was going to be Sansa's, like... not the king's hand, but the general.
I don't know. Yeah, Master of Arms. Master of Arms. Yeah,
I'll take that.
Master of War. That's what Daenerys made Grey Worm, Master of War. So Sansa's Master of War.
I think she would have been. I think Maisie Williams Arya would make a great Master of War.
Yeah, I don't know. She's not a leader, Arya, I suppose.
You don't know yet. Yeah, well, she's young. She is young.
Yeah. But they all got what they wanted pretty much.
But Jon Snow didn't get it the way I thought he would get it.
He wanted. He was always happiest at the Wall and up north.
Yeah,
but
I thought he should have been crowned like King of the North, beyond the Wall, like King beyond the Wall.
I think that's implied that's what happened.
Well, I assume that's going to happen, but here forever I'm going to have blue balls over Jon and Grey Worm not throwing down.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That pissed me. I'm dropping the mic so much today. Honestly, that pissed me off so much. And right at the start, they cock tease it again, where Grey Worm is about to slay all the prisoners.
John steps
and John's
in.
like, no, don't. And he touches Grey Worm, and Grey Worm gives him that look of like, touch me again, John. Touch me again. And I'm like, oh, they're going to throw down. And when Jon Snow kills Daenerys, I was like, Grey Worm's about to come up in this bitch and throw down.
The time jump is probably the worst part.
Just cuts to him in prison.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like, surely, after watching all those seasons, Grey Worm's reaction is, we about to throw down. Like, he walks in there. I don't think Grey Worm falls to his knees and just cries. I think Grey Worm takes out his spear as he usually has, and tearful, like I would have thought the most emotion we ever see from Grey Worm is when Daenerys dies, because Missandei died and we seen emotion, but he didn't 100% break, and I felt like he was containing it while he was killing all the prisoners. That was him expressing himself. And I thought when he sees his queen, the queen of all queens, like when he sees her dead, sees her in the hands of Jon Snow and the dagger in her, I thought he was going to lose his shit. There would actually be tears in his eyes, and he goes to Snow. And I thought
it would have been a good scene.
I thought that would have been epic.
Yeah, I wanted to see that scene, but they didn't put it in it. I did like how Grey Worm's ending, when he took all the Unsullied and they went to Narth. Do you know?
Yeah, don't get in their way. Their way to Narth.
Do you know what Narth is?
No.
Okay, so Narth is an island of people and they're pacifists, but pirates and everything will just come and take them and enslave them because none of them will fight. So essentially now they have a fighting force in the Unsullied. So
unless Unsullied come and just butcher them all, because Grey Worm is on. He's on a moody.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. He probably wouldn't. He'll find some girl who looks like Missandei there, and
or the sea will calm him on his way.
Yeah,
you know?
I think by the end of it he's pretty calm. Like, he's angry, but I think
he's coming. Yeah, he's starting to see the reason,
the grief
behind everything.
The grief, like in the 7 stages of grief, he's reaching acceptance after the time jump. You know,
I like the first 10 minutes of the show.
First 10 minutes
where it went full Nazi.
Yeah,
and I was like, whoa! I didn't think she was gonna die so soon, because I thought that was interesting. Where I was like, it's gonna be difficult to take this from her, and I thought the Unsullied would have had to have been pressed a bit. Like, I was like, shit, how are they going to stop these? I didn't think that Jon Snow would stab her and that would be the end of everything as well.
Well, the Unsullied have no drive other than Daenerys' war.
Yes.
So
I thought that would have been passed on in a way.
I don't know if Grey Worm ever really had the drive. He believed in his queen. So when she's taken away, you know, he is kind of left rudderless. Like, the Unsullied that's the whole thing. They are bred for war. Yeah. And so they have no real direction. They're rudderless. So,
but as we watch, you do get to see Grey Worm become more of a person.
Yeah.
Like, through every season, you know, he starts to feel for people. He loves. Like, he actually falls in love with Missandei. And I'm pretty sure he goes down on her.
Yes, I believe it's implied that
it's heavily implied.
A lot of box munching goes on, a considerable amount.
Yes,
I've always wondered, do they have? They never answer this in the show, but they keep talking around.
How good is he at like licking that meat sandwich?
Probably good by the end of it, but I'm talking about, does he have? Did they just take his balls? Did they take the whole thing, or is it? You know?
Yeah. What does he have to work with?
I just would have liked to have known by the end. You know?
Yeah. Does he have a bit of a dangle?
Was
going
it
on?
like 2 Ken dolls? Was it like when you had Barbie and Ken, and you just bashed them together, and it was
just
a load of nothing? Or did he have like a dildo there?
Is he all gooch?
Yeah, is he all gooch? Anyway, another mystery never answered.
That's why that was the main reason why I didn't like that finale.
I'll put that right under, in terms of importance, who the Night King was.
Yes.
And then does Grey Worm have
all gooch?
Ken? Is he all gooch? But
like, does the gooch then start at the belly button? Like, when does the gooch begin?
We could message his actor and find out.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should get on to him, see what he says.
I'm sure he wants answers too.
You know what? It'll be explained in the books.
Or the prequel series that they're going to do.
Yeah, I'm not excited. I don't think I'll watch the prequel series.
I'll give it a go, but I've seen a lot of people wanted to see Maisie Williams when she's Christopher Columbus about to discover America.
No, I couldn't.
She actually went west and all, didn't she?
Yeah.
So she's about to discover America.
I couldn't give two shits about what Arya is doing.
Well, a lot of people did give 2, maybe even 3 shits.
No.
Let's say 2.5 shits.
I don't care.
And
I really don't care.
Yeah, they confirmed that that's in no way happening.
Good.
Anyway.
Good. I don't want to see that. Do you want to see that?
No. I'm fighting with this show at the moment. Honestly, I really hated that ending. Do you know what? That ending, it didn't ruin the whole show for me, but it ruined the whole season for me because a lot of people hated on this season, and I was being quite reserved, and I was like, okay, episode 3, I did hate because I thought it was an incoherent piece of shit. Episode 3 is the worst episode. I just thought it was a mess.
Yeah.
Like, if that was dinner, I wouldn't eat it. And what's it? Oh, I lost. I'm thinking of dinner now. I'm hungry.
I had one before I came here.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is I was going easy on it because I just assumed, though, the finale was really going to deliver the goods. But now I have more problems with it because it didn't. Because there was many problems with this whole season for me. And I just really thought, I was just convinced the ending, it was gonna be the perfect topping. If not even perfect, it was going to be quite satisfying. I was really unsatisfied. I really was. I fell asleep.
You fell asleep?
No, I mean, I nodded, like I did the whole, and I was awake, you know, like I just kind of, like I did a very heavy blink, you know, like around when Tyrion comes out and starts speaking to the group.
Right.
And starts like saying, well, this is going to be the end, which is only like 30 minutes in, I think. I felt like
it's closer to 40.
Is it? Well, either way, I felt like I was watching the end of Return of the King.
Yeah.
For the whole 40 to 50 minutes of the episodes. After Daenerys dies, I'm watching the ending of Return of the King.
Well, I stayed up and watched it. So I was keeping track. I was kind of, when the breaks would come, I'd be like, okay, how long's left? So Daenerys dies like 40 minutes in because Tyrion and Jon have this long speech.
Daenerys dies around 10 to 15 minutes in.
No, she doesn't. 10 to 15?
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't.
She 100% does.
I'm telling you, she does not.
Daenerys
dies.
Yes, she does her speech. She goes back. She gets stabbed.
No, she doesn't. She does her speech. Jon visits Tyrion.
Oh, yeah, Jon. Oh, yeah, Tyrion drops his thing. I'm telling you. Check it out.
I'm telling you, she doesn't die 10 to 15 minutes in. It's closer to 30, 40 minutes in. She gets stabbed.
It's not 30 or 40 minutes in. It's 100%. Or I'll go for 15 to 20 minutes in.
No, that's just not the case at all.
So much more happens. I can check it now.
Well, should I just give my opinion on the finale while we're waiting for this to load?
Yeah, plus 6 minutes in, Tyrion was fucking walking through King's Landing there.
Yeah.
Oh, we're 10 minutes in. Yeah, she's not dead.
Yeah,
17 minutes. Damn, he's throwing away his pin.
I told you.
Wait, hold on. You said 30 to 40 minutes?
30 to 40.
Okay.
40, I said. 40 minutes in.
You said 40 minutes in.
Yeah. What happens at 40 minutes in?
30 minutes in, I think she's about to die. She's in the room looking at the throne. Fuck, it's getting closer to 40.
Yeah,
it better not be 40. Oh, he kills her. Oh, he's about to stab her. Yeah, 34 minutes in.
34 minutes in.
Well, he's talking to her. I'm not sure she's not dead yet, but like he's like right up to her.
It's when they kiss.
Oh wait, unless she is dead or like she's dying. She could be dying right now.
Hang on, let me see. Do they just kiss? No, not yet. You are my queen.
Now they're kissing. Now they're kissing.
Look, he
35.
His hand pulls back in there. He just stabbed her there.
35. But now, okay, look at this though. Look, 40 minutes is left of the show.
Okay.
When she dies.
Yeah.
So there's still 40 minutes left of the show when she dies.
Mm-hmm. So
it wasn't 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I was right.
It wasn't 15. Oh, you said 40. I said 10 to 15.
35.
Okay.
35.
I was almost wrong.
Come on. And then I'll take it back.
Okay.
Hang on. The time jump happens at about 40 minutes in.
Yeah, it's pretty much just after that, really.
No, because this is the whole scene where he's fucking laying her down, and then Drogon comes in and burns it. It's like 40...
I hated the scene where he burns the throne as well.
It doesn't make sense. Well, apparently it does,
hate that
but it doesn't.
It made the dragon like quite intelligent, where he knew that they were fighting over.
Apparently, the dragons are already. It's been told. We've been told that dragons are more intelligent than humans. So Apparently he knew that was what killed.
Yeah,
his mother.
That's what they were fighting over.
Yeah, so
because he still liked Jon Snow because he didn't
Targaryen.
kill Jon Snow.
Yeah. Anyway, my opinion of the finale, I'll just give it quickly because we have other stuff to get through.
Yeah, sorry, I went on a
It's the most you've ever talked on this show. in a continuous streak, I'd say.
Do you think so?
100%.
I don't know.
100%. I think so. I don't think anything has got you more riled up.
I'm pretty sure I spoke for 40 minutes.
I think it was 10.
I'm good at estimating time.
I think it was 10, 15 minutes, something like that. No, but I thought it was fine. I thought Bran was the best answer possible because it is neither satisfying wholly and it is neither unsatisfying wholly. All of those other people there,
I was the latter, by the way.
Oh, I know. All of the other people there are unsatisfying in some way, in my opinion. If they got the throne,
more unsatisfying. Like Arya on the throne is more unsatisfying than Bran.
Yes, makes way less sense.
Oh my god, no way.
Yes, 100% makes way less sense. Arya on the throne.
Arya on the throne.
Yes.
Like I didn't
100%.
want her on the throne, but it would make more sense that she would.
What?
Yeah. Then Bran.
How so?
Bran for the last few seasons, he looked like he didn't even nearly care about humans surviving.
No, he did. He cared about humans surviving. He doesn't care about the day-to-day politics of it.
Which he is now immersed in.
He is, but if there was anyone who is the most well-versed to do it, is someone who knows all of human history.
Yeah, like he's so disconnected, though, from humanity.
Yeah,
he's so disconnected.
But it's basically Tyrion ruling, basically.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you saw that in the small council meeting. Bran came in and they were like, we're talking about this dragon. And he said, oh, I'll go off and find the dragon. And then when the king left, Tyrion was like, okay, how are we going to rebuild our ships and everything like that?
Yeah, but Tyrion has a lot more wants and needs and greed and lust than Bran. Like, Bran is...
No, not anymore. Tyrion is neither greedy or lusty anymore.
I don't know, man. Like, we see him 2 seasons where he's not after he kills his father and things like that. But I give him some time. He just needs to come around. He drinks a few more gallons of wine and he'll be back to his old self.
No, his vice now is just wine. I guarantee you. That's his character growth.
I don't believe it.
He was a good guy.
He was always a good guy.
Yeah, but
to a degree.
Yeah, but he was a good guy. Like you have the story about when he married the prostitute. His family got him a prostitute and he married her. He was a good guy up until that point. That was the first time he had sex and he married her. Mm-hmm. And there was this whole thing. Then he found out there was an entire trick and it led him into being this debaucherous, lecherous guy who was still a good person. He was
still a good guy, just quite cynical.
He was still a good person, but he was cynical and he had tons of vices and he saw the world differently. And now towards the end of it, he has lost those vices and he has become more of the person that he once was. He's become a good person again. A wholly good person.
I don't think anyone in that show will ever really be a wholly good person.
I said more of a wholly good person.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Jon is technically speaking
he's
the perfect person.
He's always kind of been, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's his whole thing.
Yeah, no, I think someone strong had to be on the throne. Like someone strong, because no matter what, this is a brutal world. And Bran, Bran as well is just so uninteresting because like, what if there's an assassination attempt? Bran's like, assassination attempt happening in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where like you need someone strong on the throne that can fight as well. Like you always need someone, like Joffrey was never going to survive. You knew it from the start. You're like, Joffrey's just too weak. But like, you know, he had a strong personality and he was greedy and he used his power.
But they had Robert on the throne. Robert was this great fighter, battle-hardened ruler, and then what happened when he got on the throne? He became a fat, drunken he's a warrior. So,
but he's a man's man, and I do think you need someone like Cersei, except maybe not evil, but you need someone that's more connected with humanity than Bran. Like I think Bran is the most uninteresting of the lot to pick. Like even Brienne, I don't like. I know I'm just throwing out names.
He's middle of the road.
I don't even think he's middle of the road. I think he's cul-de-sac. Like I think he's.
I don't know.
I think, like, as you say, milk toast. I think he's just toast. Like, I don't even think he gets the milk. Like, he's so bland. I mean,
I think
his acting tastes worse than water, you know, or blander than water.
Okay, well, are we talking about the character or the acting here?
No, well, I'm just getting personal with the guy now.
Yeah. You're jumping around in your argument here. I don't know whether you.
Oh, now you're.
I'm just trying to, because you keep.
Now you're getting a bit patronizing there, Connor.
I'm just saying you. you were talking about the character and then you go and then the acting. I was like, okay, well, are we talking about?
Well, the actor just doesn't help my liking of the character.
All right. So is it just about you don't like him? You like him the least?
Well, no, not just that. Like all the other things I said as well, which wasn't me just saying I disliked him. It was him being disconnected. What?
It's so difficult. He is disconnected, yes, but clearly he is, in terms of a leader of them all, he has all of human history to look at.
Yeah.
And also, as an outsider, he has an outsider's perspective on everything.
He's a bookworm.
He's a bookworm.
Lock him in the library.
Well, that's what Sam is there for.
Oh, well, he can be his best buddy. They were friends. They seemed to like each other.
I don't think
him
so.
and Sam should hang out. What was I saying? Leader. That's the word there. I don't think he's a leader. I really don't think he's a leader. I think he's super intelligent and he kind of knows all. Mm-hmm. But I think he'd almost make like a hand to the king. Like he'd be a great advisor.
No, he's too vague to be a hand to the king.
He's too vague to be fucking king.
All right.
Sorry,
whatever.
I interrupted your whole. Sorry, I'm ruining.
It's fine. I thought the episode was fine. There we are. You're clearly more passionate about it than I am, so
I'm just so shocked at like how I've been sticking up for it for like 5 episodes in a row where I'm like, everyone's really hating it.
Yeah.
I think it's actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. Like, and
I thought it was fine. The entire season, this season has been fine. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think the season finale was worse than episode 3, and I don't disagree. Throughout this whole season, I don't disagree wholeheartedly with all the broad strokes of the story. I disagree with how we got there, maybe, and some of the justifications for things. But overall, I'm not upset with who ended on the Iron Throne, where all the characters ended up in the end. I'm not that upset about it at all. I thought it was all pretty. A lot of it was pretty sort of, you know, they've led up to it. Like there have been evidence of it happening before with Daenerys' turn, and then Jon only being happy in the north, and Arya not wanting to be the average lady or whatever. You know, her going off and being a pirate, whatever. I guess that happened. You know, I
was a bit surprised by that. Like I knew she was going to do something different, but I was like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Sansa becoming queen, that was what she always wanted.
That was the one that made sense to me, because I was like, you could see the hunger for power in her eyes for this whole season and a few back as well. Obviously, she always wanted to kind of be
that was the thing. She always wanted to be a queen
from episode 1.
Yeah,
but you could really tell she was going to take it, and I did like that they're like a republic or whatever, you know, like Winterfell.
Yeah, well, I was like
separate.
That was my least favorite of it, because. I don't like Sansa. At the same time, it was the best ending for her because she got what she wanted. So so that's not why I don't like it.
But see, I liked Winterfell being its own thing. Isn't that what it was always supposed to be?
No, it was a part of the. It was all
7 realms,
7 kingdoms. So you know, it's one of the 7 kingdoms. It creates so much more problems down the line. You know, her brother is king now, but what happens when another king comes in and says you have to? Why didn't the Iron Islands also be like, well, fuck it. If they're going, you know, if they're going to be their own nation, we want to be our own nation as well. Of course,
but like,
you know?
That's life. Like that makes more sense. Like totally, I totally agree with you. And that's why I liked her doing that, because I was like, but she wants it. So she's gonna say it. Yeah. You know, like Sansa's not the person that's like, well, let's think about the greater good. The way obviously Bran is going to be thinking about the greater good.
Oh, so he does think about the greater good, does he?
Yeah,
that's a good quality in a leader.
But he's not a leader. He's far from a leader.
Okay. All right, fair enough. We need to have a more in-depth discussion about this, clearly. This is the first time I've heard all these opinions on when we did it live.
Again.
Yeah. All right. Is there any other news that we should say before we kind of wrap things up?
Oh, yeah. There's a few little things. So Rotten Tomatoes, they've changed their whole system, which I think is great. I don't know how it's going to work exactly, but Fandango, you have to verify that you've watched a movie before rating it. But you can verify your.
So you don't have to now.
Yeah, so you can verify. You can have a verified review. You know, it's pretty cool then. So like if I go on it and I go, well, I didn't like the movie, you can either leave it as an unverified review or you can verify that you bought a ticket.
With your ticket.
Which is pretty cool. So I wonder if they'll make sections where you can actually just go into reviews, all reviews, or unverified and verified, or just obviously, all reviews are verified. Yeah, that makes more sense.
That sounds interesting. Yeah,
I like the idea though.
It's a better system considering all the review bombing that is like an internet culture thing now.
Yeah, well, The Last Jedi didn't like loads of people just hated on it. Just
Captain Marvel,
that took a real big hit. The audience score was so low.
Yeah, like
it was around 30% or something like that, 40%. It was just way too low. You knew something fishy was going on.
Absolutely.
A few other films, I'd imagine Ghostbusters, even though that is a crock of shit, probably had that as well. Like there's probably just loads of fucking men that are like, whoa, the women can't do this.
Yeah.
And they couldn't. No, that was just a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's not a great movie.
And a man directed it.
Yeah, so there you are. It was the guy who did Bridesmaids as well.
Feig. He did Bridesmaids, which I love.
Yeah, which is a good movie. Very good
movie. And it's an all-female kind of, almost all-female cast.
Yeah, well, but
Chris O'Dowd is like the only real male that I can remember. Oh, John Hamm
is in it. He's hilarious in it.
He is so funny in it.
Yeah, and someone else is at the beginning of it as well.
Well, John Hamm is in the beginning, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in it throughout it. Terry Crews is in the beginning as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he's like a yoga instructor.
Yes, and they're getting free yoga.
They're getting free yoga, and he's like, "Hey, you coming to the class?" Yeah.
So
Terry Crews is great.
I think that's really cool though that they're doing the verified.
It's a much better system than what they had.
Because I would totally just go for the verified reviews. So Fandango, which is like a big company in America.
They own Rotten Tomatoes.
I assume you can't. I've never seen. They've nothing to do
with tickets over
Irish
here.
Tickets sales.
No,
I don't think so.
It's an American.
It's a website, isn't it, where you can just pre-buy your tickets or whatever.
Tickets,
yeah. And some other cinema chains are going to get involved eventually as well.
It's a much better system anyway, and will hopefully lead to less fucking discrimination.
Yeah, just people hating on something.
People hating on something for the sake of hating on it. Especially having not seen it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll put it this way. How I was shitting on Game of Thrones, but you can see how enthusiastic I was because I loved the show.
Yeah, it's true.
You know?
At least you've seen it as well. Yeah.
Exactly. At least I've seen it. Yeah. So, speaking of reviews, we've been bad-mouthing Swamp Thing since actually we should give like the whole background is that Swamp Thing was supposed to have a 13. It's a DC streaming service original show, DC Universe. They it went to series, straight to series. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Solo.
Anyway, continue.
Solo movie. That guy.
Solo.
Anyway. Always used force.
Swamp Thing.
So the whole history behind Swamp Thing is the order 13 episodes. They start filming. They got to episode 10 and they were like, we're shutting down production, and you have to wrap up.
Put out a trailer.
You have to wrap up the whole season in episode 10. They already like filmed part of episode 10, and I was only thinking about it. So if there's supposed to be 13 episodes, that means episode 10 has to contain episode 10 story arc, 11, 12, and 13. So there's 4 episodes in episode 10.
Yeah.
And can you imagine if it's like 45-minute long episode? Like, it should, hopefully, just for their sake, it's like an hour and 10 minutes long at least.
I'd say in the reshoots they will have pushed things back. Like I think episode 8, 9, and 10 will probably involve story elements.
Yeah, maybe
from
they'll
11.
like integrate.
That's what I would think
so
would have
messy.
happened. Yeah, totally messy.
Either way, the cast was shocked by this. Everyone was shocked by it. So all the media, including ourselves, assumed it's shit. Like it must be going terribly.
And then they hastily put out a trailer that looked fine, and then they hastily put out a proper trailer that did not look good at all.
As we had said, the damage control is just one big snowball.
Yeah.
So like it gets shut down. Production gets shut down. It goes everywhere. Like everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
All the media, they're like, oh, damage control, we'll do a teaser. Teaser was okay. So they're like, okay, we'll do a trailer. Trailer's terrible. Damage control. Reviews are coming out. And they're kind of good.
They're good. Yeah, they're positive.
They're way more positive than
we thought they would be anyway.
This is the first 2 episodes. I kind of want to see episode 10.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that'll be interesting. All right.
I just want to see. I
don't know if there's any finale that you could hate more, but maybe Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing might be able to do it.
And it was so good. I'd be so into it. And I'm like, and then Bran is the fucking thing at the end, the Swamp Thing at the end.
They roll out the same actor, and it's revealed that Bran has been Swamp Thing the whole time. I've been walking into him. Swamp Thing, it's me.
So there you go, 92%.
92%
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Very impressive. 12 reviews. 11 fresh and 1 rotten. Let's read the rotten one.
Average rating 5 out of 5. So people are loving it.
Well, Doom Patrol is sitting at like 94 and 93 on critics and in audience. So what's the result is a series premiere that puts atmosphere before character and minor spectacle before story.
You know, that's still not the worst review.
It doesn't sound that bad. I don't know how it's not. That's like a... what did we say? What's fresh in Rotten Tomatoes? 60%?
60%.
That's a 60% review there.
It does seem like it, doesn't it?
That's not a below that.
If I hit full review, maybe there's like some sort of grading system.
Yeah, I'd like to see what he graded it.
Oh, Screen Rant.
Oh, wow.
Do they rate it at the end?
I don't know. They just normally have articles, don't they?
I love a rating at the end.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I don't want to read... Like, sometimes they give away so much stuff.
And we've discussed the acceptable rating choices on the show before.
A to F.
A to F.
Get out of my face.
Get out of here. 1 to 5.
Fine.
1 to 10.
Fine.
Fine. That's about it.
That's it.
That's it.
Even 1 to 4 doesn't give me enough wiggle room.
It's not. No, it's not enough wiggle room. Exactly. There's no middle in 1 to 4. I'm getting angry about it. I'm getting Game of Thrones finale angry about it. But judging from the rough pilot episode and that the second hour is largely a boilerplate continuation of an origin story in need of some editing, Swamp Thing is going to have to trudge through miles of muck in order to get there.
So yeah, that does sound pretty negative.
Sounds pretty negative, yeah.
Yeah. So...
What did he think was going to happen in the first episode? We weren't going to get an origin story.
Oh yeah, actually, good point.
It's very strange. Strange to go into it and be whatever.
Either way, I'm going to give it a go now.
Yeah, definitely. When we can figure out how to get the streaming service.
Yeah, I know. And here also, if you want to watch this Swamp Thing show and you're thinking I'll check out the trailer, don't just watch it because the trailer is muck. Show.
Yeah, the trailer is swampy at best. Yeah,
it really is.
There's been better situations of swamp ass than that trailer. And that's coming from personal opinion and personal experience.
Nice.
You can that Swamp Thing can put that on the cover when they do the DVD.
He's talking about his herpes again.
I am. Yeah, I am.
So we have Picard.
Herpes. Oh right, yeah. Picard. It just made me want to drink wine. Sorry, we should preference it. Star Trek is doing a series called Star Trek Picard about the captain from the Next Generation. Is that it?
Next Generation, yeah.
The one you're watching.
Yes.
Picard,
a
beloved character.
Yeah, he's the most beloved, nearly.
Yeah, there's
him and
Kirk.
Yeah, Kirk.
James Tiberius Kirk. Yeah.
It's either those two, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, that's always the argument. But I think Picard kind of nudges it in terms of fan love.
He's so into it, but then again, so is what's the actor's name?
William Shatner.
William Shatner's so into it as well, isn't he? Like they both revel in the fan appreciation.
Totally. But I think fan love is a bit more strong for Picard, although I don't quote me on that.
Well, he did do 4 movies, I think, as well as 7 seasons.
Yeah.
So he's been around a long time as Picard.
Totally. So, but you're watching it now, The Next Generation.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's terrible. Do you like elements of it?
I do, but I'm enjoying it for the wrong reasons. Okay. Really, like it's wacky. The acting is shockingly bad at times. The production value, like there was a muck man. There was like a Swamp Thing, except it was like tar, and his voice was so bad. He was like, I'm a bad guy," and it was so bad. It was a guy in a muck costume, and he was supposed to be some alien.
I'm familiar with muck costumes. Yeah, I can picture it. Yeah,
and
so they just fight Power Rangers bad guys.
I'll tell you one thing though. It's a procedural pretty much. Yeah. But there's an amazing episode where these creatures get into the people's like brains, and you see their tail. That's when you can tell that they're being controlled by this scorpion looking creature. They have a little purple tail sticking out, and one guy is infested with loads of them, and they have to kill him. And they taser his face, and he turns his whole flesh comes off his face, and then he's a skeleton, and then it bursts.
Oh my god!
And I was like, I've been watching 20 episodes of this show, and it's been so PG, and all of a sudden this guy's flesh gets melted off his face, and then boom, it's gone. And I was like, what the fuck? I'll put a picture of it up on I'm gonna
have to watch this clip
on the podcast. I was gonna almost put it up. I literally, when I seen the Picard trailer, I was thinking it would be amazing to do like on Instagram, do the Picard trailer, and then you swipe right and it's that, and just be like, yeah, Picard means,
and you could say
business.
something like, this is the guy who is giving up his age so that Sir Patrick Stewart can stay the same age.
yeah, exactly.
This is what happens.
Yeah, I was just gonna put up something like, Picard means business. Don't underestimate him. He'll shoot your head off. He'll melt your face. And
what's his first name? Picard.
Jean-Luc Picard.
That's it. Jean-Luc Picard. But yeah, he in the trailer, he brews wine, and there's a voiceover where they need him back, and the wine looks really good, and I'm sure the series will probably be pretty good.
And he gets to see his boots.
Oh, are his boots a big thing?
No, but the minute I seen his boots, I was like, yeah, he means business.
Well, okay then. I didn't know. I saw the trailer and I saw those boots and I went,
maybe it's just me.
This is a long trailer.
Man, I can appreciate a good pair of boots,
It's true. Yeah, those boots were made for walking, would you say?
Shut up.
Okay.
And you're looking at me as if I'm bad. Here's what I thought, though, when I seen the trailer.
Yeah.
Instantly, I thought, what age is Patrick Stewart? Because I know what age he is. He's 78.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that a bit dangerous if you're making a TV show? Like, all these actors do medicals before they do films, and I'm sure they do it for TV shows as well, just to make sure they're not going to die.
He's in good health, I think, Sir Patrick Stewart.
I'd say he's in good health. But how many seasons do you think he can do before he's not in good enough health to do a TV show? Because 78, like, he looks every bit of 78 now, even though I do think he still looks healthy. Like, when you seen him in the last X-Men movie that he was in, Days of Future Past, I was like, he really is an old man. Like, he really, really is an old man.
Yeah.
And
he's always been an old man to me, though.
Yeah, like, he's been an old man since he was around 20, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like
when's he had hair?
Lee. Like, Stan Lee's always been an old man.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Or Steve Martin, because of his white hair, has always seemed like an old man to me.
Seemed older anyway,
yeah. Like, even when he was doing, like...
Three Amigos
there, or Sergeant Bilko.
Yeah.
Like, he still seems like an old man to me because he has white hair. When I was a kid, white hair meant you were old.
Yeah.
But yeah, and when I was a kid, no hair meant you were old.
Old as well too.
Yeah, and like Picard, I've never seen Patrick Stewart with hair.
No, Woody Harrelson will be the same when he gets old. Everyone's like, he's looked the same his whole life.
Yeah,
he doesn't have hair.
Unless all the young kids now though will address, they'll think of Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, and he has locks. Hair. Yeah, so he will look old.
Yeah, he really old.
He shot himself in the foot there. Yeah. Is there any other news before we move to Hunk and Skunk?
Ooh,
any other news? I'm looking at this list here and I'm trying to decide, is there anything worth talking about quickly?
Well, the one thing that I don't know much about, but I have a feeling you would know stuff about.
Yes.
And don't patronize me. Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Yes.
Akira.
Akira.
That Taika Waititi, the director of Thor Ragnarok, that little small movie, and What We Do in the Shadows, co-directed that, I think, with Jermaine Clement. He is directing Akira, and it just got announced that it's coming out in 2021.
Yeah.
And I've never seen the original cartoon.
Neither have I.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, I know.
thought you were the very guy that would have seen it.
I know.
You knew where I was going with it, and you're like,
did,
he thinks I've seen it.
Oh, yeah. And I was sitting here waiting. No, I know a lot about Akira. In that it's not pronounced Akira, you Western,
you
fucker.
Irish man, go fuck yourself.
Akira and Naruto, it's not Naruto, it's Naruto and Akira.
You're not a Japanese man, okay? Get over yourself.
I have a samurai sword at home.
Yourself.
Doesn't that make me Japanese? No, but I'm going to watch Akira. People say it's like one of the greatest animes of all time, or movies. It's like Spirited Away. That's meant to be really good as well.
Ghost in the Shell, the original, is supposed to be
Ghost
really good.
Ghost in the Shell is an anime, but Akira is a movie. It's not a show, it's a movie.
Yeah, but Ghost in the Shell, was that not a movie?
There's a series as well. I
know that there's a series coming out.
No,
Netflix
there was a Ghost in the Shell series,
right,
and then a movie as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's like...
Because I've seen the movie in shops, like when they used to sell DVDs.
Yeah.
In shops.
Yeah, remember when you used to go to Extravision? Or did you go to...
I went to Extravision. I rented videos.
Did you go to Chartbusters?
No, never.
No.
Because there was an Extravision down the road from me.
There was an Extravision down the road from me.
And if I got my spellings right, I got a video on a Friday.
Every Friday we would, yeah. I think I had something similar.
Here's like, it's a very short story, but I used to go in every week and ask them, is there a live action Sonic movie?
Really?
No joke.
How has this not come up before?
And the guy was always so pissed off. And I was like, well, because I didn't understand how movies were really made. I was just like, they're movies and I love watching them. So I'd go in, like, I'd be really young. I used to do my spellings and I'd always get my spellings right. I wouldn't mind. I'm actually terrible at spelling, but at the time I got them all right so I could get a video. It worked. My mom's manipulation worked. And I used to go in all the time. And the second one that I would ask for is a Spider-Man movie.
Wow. But
it was usually a Sonic. I used to always be like, is there a Sonic movie?
I watched a lot of trash. I always watch a lot of trash.
I'm sure I did too.
Yeah. I would always walk past, this is when it was videos as well.
Yeah.
I would always walk past the box for Chucky and I'd just look at it and it would terrify me. But I
had that with It.
Oh really?
Yeah.
With the
Claw, the original It with Tim Curry.
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me. I've never seen the movie, but when I was a kid,
no, I've never seen it either.
What is that?
I've only seen the new one.
What is that movie?
I've only seen the new It.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it too. Again, I don't mind. I don't normally like horror movies, but if there's an interesting premise, or if it's more of a thriller, or if it's like a movie like that where there's a Goonies element to it.
But it's a known property as well because it's Stephen King and it's one of his most beloved books that and the trailer came out that we never even mentioned.
Yes, for It Chapter 2.
And did you freeze it when the naked granny walked by and jack off like I did?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
I thought every man would do that.
Yeah, well, when she started doing like flashing her top, I was like, oh fuck, and then the pants came
when she
off
goes to
I was waiting.
Runs by, I was like, pause.
Yeah.
Some granny flange.
Yeah, and then like Jessica's Chastain would come in, and I'm like, oh, get out.
Oh my god,
so ugly.
I don't like that whole beautiful thing.
Yeah,
I don't like that whole beautiful thing.
I don't like women who are beautiful.
I don't subscribe to that whole beautiful.
I don't subscribe to society's standards of beauty. I prefer saggy old grandmas.
Yeah, a bit of sawdust, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I hate that scene in Dumb and Dumber 2.
Oh yeah.
I hate it so much.
I've seen that movie. That's a terrible movie.
It is a terrible movie. What were we talking about though? I thought we were.
And then
before that,
Extravision.
Yes. Those were the days. The Last Action Hero, though, was my jam when I was a kid. And only when I grew up did I actually fully appreciate how good of a movie it really is.
I only watched that recently on Netflix.
Who wrote it?
Don't know.
Shane Black.
Oh, really?
He did?
He also wrote the ones with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, didn't he? Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, yeah. And Predator, but everyone kind of knows that.
The Predator.
Well, he wrote Predator, though. He helped.
Oh, the original Predator?
Yeah, and he's in it.
I know he's in it. Yeah, I didn't know he wrote it.
He helped write it as well. Yeah, he was
really?
kind of like a script doctor or whatever for it.
Didn't know that. So, yeah.
There we go with the trivia today.
Wow, excellent. A lot of Predator trivia. Links back to Predator. So will we give our hunk and skunk then?
We sure.
I'm going to watch Akira, and next week Akira. Fuck, you see?
Yes.
Fuck.
I think it's pronounced Akira.
I have to commit seppuku now. Where the samurai get to.
Oh, is that what's called seppuku?
Seppuku, yeah. Or
seppuku.
Or harikiri. Harikiri as well.
Harikiri.
Harikiri. Harikiri as well.
Where?
Seppuku. I always remember it in The Last Samurai because you see the guy bent over. And
I loved that movie. I haven't seen that in years.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's when it goes in, you're like, okay, that's horrible, but it's the
twist.
If I ever did have the strength, the willpower to do the stab, I would run straight to A&E. Yeah. There's no way I could do the twist.
I don't have the strength for the twist. Yeah.
Oh, there's no way.
That's the proof of a man.
Fuck, it's in.
Oh my god, that's so painful.
Why did you make me do that?
Yeah. Owie.
I just spilled the jam.
Yeah.
This is so over the top.
Oh, this is a mistake. Yeah. This was instantly a mistake.
Even though I could never even get it in there. I'm too much of a pussy.
Definitely not. Well, they used to just do that because they lost the battle.
Yes, like honor. It's honor. I'd be like, I'll live as an honorless man.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll live honorless. Yeah.
I'm already living honorless. I'm just fighting.
Totally. I'll just keep living. Thank you. Yeah.
Sound. Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks. Just let me live. That's it.
I'm going to jacket now. See you later.
Yeah. Is there any grannies around? So yeah. Akira, I will watch for next week.
Asian grannies are hot anyway.
They are.
Like Lucy Liu.
Oh,
she's practically.
Is she a granny?
She's 50.
Yeah, but I'm interested if she is officially a granny.
It would be awesome if she was.
I saw a photo in my mother's tabloids this week of Sharon Stone, and she's
your mother's tabloids, your own tabloids, Connor. Come on.
They were open on the counter while I was waiting for the kettle to boil, and I was flicking.
And someone
through,
grabbed your head,
and someone forced
you to read them.
It was of my own volition, and I was flicking through, and I was reading about how Katie Price wants to be a porn star now, and all this other stupid stuff.
Does she?
She does. And
now
she wants to be one
because
her sex tape just re-released again, and she got a bum lift, and she officially wants to become a porn star.
Wow, good for her.
Yeah, good for her.
Gotta have those goals.
You do.
So what were you gonna say though? What did you read?
I just saw Sharon Stone, and I'm like, damn, she's still so hot.
Or Michelle Pfeiffer as well. They're around the same age, aren't they?
Oh my god,
they have
Michelle
to be touching
Pfeiffer.
60.
They gotta be close. Anyway, have you seen the clip of Sebastian Stan flirting with Sharon Stone on James Corden?
He's going for it. He's actually going for it. You still looking up Lucy Liu?
I'm trying to see if Lucy Liu is an actual grandmother.
Oh, okay. What age is she though?
No, she's not.
Damn.
I'll check her age. God, she doesn't look that old at all.
No. But
age 50. She's 50 on the dot. Lucy Liu, age 50.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
Beautiful.
Is she in the new Charlie's Angels?
She might pop up.
Yeah, maybe.
Either way,
something will pop up.
She's kicking me
involved.
out of bed while I'm trying to hold on.
Right, Hunk and Skunk. Who is it this week?
Do you want to announce who it is?
No. Yes, okay, I will.
I feel like I've talked way too much.
But normally that's the other way around, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, cool. It's leveling out.
It's true. It's leveling out. I'll just if you're not talking enough, I'll just ask you about Game of Thrones, and then
let me get my list out.
That'll drive up your word count. Well, her hunk this week is Linda Hamilton from the new Terminator.
Best thing about the trailer. Easily the best thing.
She looks like a badass. She looks like she could still do a few pull-ups.
Yeah, kind of got a bit of the gilf sauce going on as well.
Totally. Yeah, the grey in the hair works for her.
It does.
Yeah,
it works for me.
It's working for me anyway.
Yeah. And I still feel like she'd fuck me up. You know.
Yeah, I still feel like she
could throw down.
Pretty much. Yeah, she could throw down. She's like the Aunt May in Into the Spider-Verse. Where she's kind of like a badass, but she's older. That's what.
I thought you were talking about the new super hot Aunt May,
Marissa Tomei. I'd like to do other things to Marissa Tomei than get beaten up by her.
Like what?
Well, let's not get into
Hold her hand, talk to her.
Similar things that Robert Downey Jr. used to do to her when they were dating.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah. So Linda Hamilton gets hunk, and our skunk of the week is purely to satiate me. Ian let me pick this skunk. Justice Smith for being so fucking terrible in Detective Pikachu. Yeah, I just hated him the entire time, and he was a bad actor, and he should do better. And I'm not excited to see him in anything else. And the girl, Catherine Newton, was 10 times better than him.
And she's in The Society, which I was talking about last week.
Yes. And
she's the lead in it.
And you finished it.
I did finish it.
And
there's answers.
No.
I'll probably watch season 2.
Wow.
Begrudgingly, but however.
Do you not want to continue the romance of... What are the guys' names? Gus is one of them.
Is it?
Is it?
Deaf guy and non-deaf guy.
Deaf guy and non-deaf guy?
Deaf guy and jock.
That's
what I'll
jock,
say.
Yeah.
Long-haired jock as well, and it suits him.
You said it was a good. It was a good.
It's
love
actually
story.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not as obvious as I thought. The deaf actor is great.
I heard.
He's really good.
Good performance.
And because it's authentic, it's the way he says certain words that he can't pronounce. I can't even remember. It's probably bad for me to try even do it anyway.
I wouldn't do the impression. We'll save that for off camera.
Yeah, but like he would say, I forget. There's certain things that he can't say, so they turn into like a sh when it should be like an end of a word, like don't, but it'd be like don't.
Yeah.
But it's really authentic, and it's actually pretty good love story.
Well, there you are then. If you're looking for a good love story, watch The Society.
They go straight to the sack though, real quick. Like
Excuse me?
They go straight to bed.
Oh, really?
Pretty quick. Like they're kind of like, you like me.
Well,
I like you. We kiss, and then next thing, like they're in bed. But then again, they're teenagers.
Well, that's what I think. Like in those movies where the teenagers just kiss and then they go, "Well, bye." I'm like, no, the two of you go off and you
fuck.
You either finger each other if you're young teenagers, or it moves to hand jobs, and then maybe sex happens.
Wait, did a girl finger you? Is that your first experience?
No, it was not. My first experience was far more awkward than that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A finger in the anus would have been a much more uplifting. First experience than what actually happened.
Okay. I don't want to know what happened.
No, you don't.
You were abused as a child.
Maybe.
Moving right along, one thing about the society that you have to keep reminding yourself is that they're teenagers in it.
Okay.
Because they're talking about, like, they're stuck in that place I was telling you, and you don't know, is it a parallel universe? Is it a different planet? Is it still their same planet, but they're locked in this town now that's a replica of their original town? But eventually they're starting to run out of food, and they're like, well, we need to find land. We need to go off and see if we can find land to farm. And there's guys, they're like, I'm not going to farm. Fuck that. I'm not going to farm. And I'm like, who would say that in the right mind? You're not going to farm, you're not going to eat. And I'm like, oh, he's a teenager.
Oh, okay.
He's a dick. He's a teenager. Because there's loads of them there like, farm? We're not going to farm. Like, what are you going to eat Twinkies forever? Like, there's a supermarket that runs out of food. The supermarket, like, are they that privileged that they're like, well, the supermarket's going to grow some more food, you know? So there's been a few moments where I get like you know, I'm watching it, I'm like comatose watching it because it's such easy watching, and then I'm just like, wait, what? No, fuck that.
Wait a minute. Bran's on the Iron Throne? Oh wait, they're teenagers.
Yeah, they're teenagers. Yeah.
Gotcha. As I said to you, I was sick this weekend, so I watched a lot of movies, and I just started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine again on Netflix. It's great.
Awesome.
It's a great show. Consistently great. I just saw the episode with Sterling K. Brown.
I don't know if I've seen this episode.
No,
which season is it?
It's the one on Netflix. You haven't seen it, but you know Sterling K. Brown.
He's great.
They have an awesome episode, and he's like the cameo in it.
He's got Scar, right?
Sterling K. Brown?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, he's the guy out of
he's
O.J.
Killmonger's
Simpson.
dad.
He's the lawyer.
He's Killmonger's dad. He's the lawyer. I also watched Hotel Artemis recently.
Is that good?
No, not at all.
Oh, and isn't Charlie Day in it?
Charlie Day's in it.
Dave Bautista?
That's why I watched it. Charlie Day, Dave Bautista, Sterling K. Brown, Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster's in it. There's more. Yeah, I've seen this trailer and
Jeff
I was like,
Goldblum, Zachary Quinto, Jenny Slate. I
love Jenny Slate. Her voice is awesome.
Yeah, and Brian. I can't think of his name, but it begins with Brian, but he's from Atlanta. He's the rapper in Atlanta and everything.
Cool.
So it's full of these great actors. Paperboy. Yeah. But it's not a good movie at all.
It didn't get good reviews, and I still was a bit like, I want to see it because of all the actors.
I didn't think it could be that bad. It's really bad.
Oh, shit.
Really, really bad.
There's also another film, El Royale, Hotel Good. Bad time.
Good times at the El Royale.
Something
bad
like
times
that.
At the El Royale.
Bad times maybe at the El Royale.
Yeah, something like
El Royale. Either way, that kind of was a similar time
Chris
that they both
Hemsworth,
came out.
fucking Jeff Bridges. Your one from 50 Shades is in it. Dakota Fanning.
Really not into her.
Dakota Johnson. Dakota Fanning.
Dakota Fanning is Elle
Man on Fire.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
In the society, do they have any tattoos? Any of the children?
Not that I can think of.
Well, that's a perfect segue then into our final segment, best worst celebrity tattoo. And this week it goes to, say it with me, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Affleck. Tatman forever.
King of the ink stink.
King of the ink stink.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations for making it all this way.
Yeah.
Podcast.
This is a long one, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm just being reminded of my first time again.
Except it was not a long one.
No, it was.
It was the opposite. Mine was.
It was the opposite.
Mine definitely wasn't long. Anyway, it was just like, sorry. It was just an apology. Like, I really thought it would go on longer.
You're just going to have to get used to this.
No, then we did it instantly. We did it again.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah.
And then I lasted
slightly longer.
Applause, in a conventional amount of time, I think. Anyway,
but what's conventional these days, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
And with that, we will leave you. Please like and subscribe.
Yes.
To the Straight to Series podcast. Next week, I don't know what we'll be talking about.
More love.
Probably more of the same.
Films.
Maybe. Yeah.
And more dislike for Bran.
Yeah, we might even get more in depth on that.
I'll never eat Bram's legs again.
Were you eating a lot before?
Oh, so much.
Oh, wow.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye.
See you. Bye.